The bell above the diner door rang. Everyone turned. A black man in a plain jacket stepped inside and sat alone at the counter. Before he could speak, the waitress leaned toward the cook and whispered loudly, "Toast only. Don't waste eggs on him." Laughter rippled behind the counter. The man looked up slowly. "Just toast," he said calmly. The cook smirked. "That's all you can afford anyway." A customer muttered, "Figures?" The man nodded once, folding his hands. Then the manager walked out, eyes sharp, voice louder. "Hey, pay first." The room went quiet. The man reached into his pocket. The manager slapped the counter. "No credit." "No exceptions." The man paused. And behind the counter, a young waitress whispered something that made him freeze. The whisper wasn't loud, but it carried. "He doesn't know who you are." "Does he?" The man's jaw tightened for half a second, then he relaxed again. "Toast is fine," he repeated. The manager rolled his eyes. "People like you always say that." The cook burned the bread on purpose. When the plate slid across the counter, it was blackened, cold, scraped. The man thanked him. That made them angrier. A family walked in. The manager smiled wide. "Booth for you?" He shot the man at the counter a look. "Counter's full." The family stared. The man didn't move. He watched everything, every insult, every look, every price upcharge written in pencil instead of ink. The manager leaned close. "You eat fast? We don't want trouble?" The man nodded. Outside, a black sedan idled for a moment, then drove away. The cook whispered to the waitress, "Why is he so calm?" The waitress shrugged. The manager heard them. "Calm people are dangerous or broke," he said. "This one's broke." He laughed too loud. The man sipped his water. Ice clinked. A phone buzzed in his pocket. He didn't check it. Another customer snapped fingers. "Hey, can you wipe the counter?" "Smells like cheap cologne." The manager laughed again. The man met the customer's eyes. "Sir," he said softly, "you dropped your wallet." The customer checked. It was gone. The man slid it back, full of cash. Silence flickered. The manager scoffed. "Probably stole it." The customer hesitated, then nodded. "Yeah, probably." The waitress looked uneasy. The cook avoided eye contact. The man finished his toast. He left exact change. The manager pushed it back. "Doesn't cover tax." The man added more. The manager smiled thinly. "Still short." The man stood. Chairs scraped. Tension snapped tight. A police officer walked in for coffee. The manager waved him over immediately. "This guy's causing problems." The officer looked at the man. "Sir," the man spoke calmly, "I ordered toast." The manager interrupted. "He refused to pay." The officer sighed. "Just leave, man." The man nodded. As he turned, the waitress whispered again. "You don't have to take this." He met her eyes. "I do," he said. For now, outside, rain began to fall. The man stood under the awning. He pulled out his phone. "One more," he said quietly. Inside, the manager bragged. "See? You stand firm, they fold." The cook laughed. The officer sipped coffee. No one noticed the black sedan return. The waitress stepped outside. "I'm sorry," she said. The man smiled gently. "You did nothing wrong." She hesitated. "My dad built this place," she whispered. "He sold it years ago." The man's eyes softened. "He had good taste," he said. She frowned. "What do you mean?" Before he could answer, the manager shouted, "Get back inside." She flinched. The man nodded to her. "Go." The rain grew heavier. The man remembered sleeping in his car, remembered scrubbing floors at night, remembered promises he made to himself in silence. He remembered being told to wait, to be patient, to endure. Inside, the manager counted cash loudly. Outside, the man straightened his jacket. Years ago, he'd stood in this same diner before it was remodeled. He'd washed dishes in the back. The owner back then paid him fairly, taught him numbers, taught him dignity. When the owner died, the diner was sold. The man bought shares quietly. Then more, then all of it. No one noticed the name on the papers. The black sedan door opened. Two people stepped out, suits, clips. They walked inside. The manager frowned. "We're closed," one of them smiled. "Not to us." The waitress froze when she saw the man follow them in. The manager sneered. "You again?" One of the suits spoke. "We're here for an inspection." The manager stiffened. "Unannounced?" "Yes." The officer stood. I'll step out. The man took his seat again. Same spot. Papers were laid on the counter, violations, complaints, video clips. The whisper played on a phone speaker. Toast only. Don't waste eggs on him. The room went silent. The manager laughed nervously. This is a misunderstanding. The man stood. He removed his jacket. Underneath a crisp shirt, he placed a folder down. My name is on the deed, he said calmly. The manager blinked. No, the man slid the paper closer. The waitress gasped. The cook sat down hard. The officer returned, pale. I own this diner, the man said. I always have. Silence crushed the room. The manager stuttered. I didn't know. That, the man said softly, was the point. The manager was escorted out. The cook apologized. The waitress cried. The man looked around. This place will change, he said. He turned to the waitress. Your dad would be proud. As the door closed, the man sat back down. Toast, he said. This time it came warm, respectfully. He smiled once, and said quietly, Character is how you treat someone when you think they can do nothing for you.